Hey guys, welcome back to Rank 122 podcast with Finn and Alec. This is episode number four.
Yeah.
It's a big week. Big. Last 2 weeks have been pretty sweet football. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's some great games this week, not so much, but last week we had a lot of really fun games, big surprises, a lot of upsets. But this episode, we got some Halloween themed segments for you guys that we're pretty excited to bring you. So yeah, Alec, how you doing, by the way?
Good. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah.
October 31st.
Did you go out this weekend as a Halloween costume or something?
I went as a Ninja Turtle.
Oh yeah, the
Saturday
Mbappe.
night. The old Mbappe, and I went as a classic greaser on Friday night. Me and Logan.
That's a yearly thing for you guys,
is,
eh?
Yeah, we sang Grease Lightning at grad karaoke Friday night.
Awesome.
Yeah, cleaned the room. It's good.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, should we just jump right into it?
Let's jump in. Segment 1.
Go on.
We're getting spooky right away. We're started off today this episode with scariest soccer moments. When me and Finn were coming up with this segment, we thought we'd do a scariest soccer moment for professional soccer, and then also a scariest moment for our personal playing careers as well. So Finn, why don't you start off with your scariest professional soccer?
Scariest
memory?
professional. This one was hard for me because there's a lot. Sadly, there is a lot of times when there's scary moments in professional soccer that you hate to see, especially when it's like recorded on TV and you don't forget it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I narrowed it down to a few, and I chose Son's tackle on Andre Gomez, which was
It's a horror tackle.
horror. Just
Yeah.
horrible. Though I watched it live. I turned on that game 3 minutes before he did it.
Yeah.
And I honestly regret turning that game on. It was awful.
Yeah.
Anyways, for backstory for people who don't know what happened, Heung-Min's son is one of the nicest people out there.
Yeah, 100%.
Super down to earth, nice, funny, and just the last guy you'd think that would do this.
Yeah.
And it was obviously an accident, but he went in for a tackle and it just their legs kind of got tangled, I think.
Yeah.
And Andre Gomez ended up snapping his leg in half, I think.
Ooh, it was bad. He went in really hard too.
Yeah, but
And there was a lot of momentum.
Yeah,
flying
and
into
so you could kind of see that his leg was going different directions.
It was a bit of an aggressive reaction to. I think he had lost the ball and Tottenham was maybe down a goal, and he just kind of lashed out and destroyed his leg.
Yeah. So you could kind of see that his leg was bent in some weird places, and Son was crying, wasn't he? He was in tears.
Yeah, well, from the Amazon All or Nothing episode.
Oh, was that in there?
Yeah, that's in there.
Wow.
He walks off the locker room and he's feels so bad.
Yeah, no, I can't even imagine.
Right? So not much malicious intent there at the end of the day. You know what I mean? As much as it happened the moment, he obviously didn't mean to hurt him. So
no. That's a good call. And that's my scariest moment for sure.
So my scariest professional moment isn't actually a tackle or something even per se that a moment in a game. It was more so the way a game kind of ended up playing out, and that was Chelsea's Champions League final against City a couple years ago. And that's my scariest soccer moment because after Havertz put us up 1-0 in that game in the second half, the whole rest of that game was just terrifying. Every City attack, they're just coming in waves. Waves.
They're a good team, man.
And there were so many close calls. I mean, I literally didn't sit down for over a half hour. It was just, it was freaky.
Yeah.
And Chelsea fended them off, but I don't think my heart rate's ever been that devastated from a game before, especially where it waited so long to see them get there again, and just needed them to hold on. Ended up doing it. But that was definitely my
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. My scariest personal story, which isn't really about me. It's about somebody else. It's about the 2005 Champions League final.
Okay.
And it's the story of a Liverpool fan who bid, I want to say it was £50,000 on Liverpool to win, which was back then was crazy amount of money still.
Yeah.
And that's a crazy amount of money for anybody, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And so for people who don't know what happened, they played AC Milan and they went down 3-0 at halftime, and the guy killed himself at halftime.
No.
Yeah, and then Liverpool went on to win the game on penalties.
Man.
Like, just like horrid. Like, just I can't even like imagine.
Oh.
Like, just the way, like
That's
like
terrible.
I always say like it's kind of hard to say. It was like, just wait till the end of the game, you know? Like,
Man, that's the
just
thing.
kind of like hold out a little.
It's a game of two halves. That's terrible, though.
Yeah, like scary to think about. I'm like, geez.
Yeah. That's
I
why
just-
you bet responsibly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck, but like,
that's sad.
yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah, that's definitely very tragic.
Oh yeah, it's a
That's
tragic
scary.
one. Yeah.
My personal moment is actually comes from playing. The first one, I kind of had two. The first one was first time getting knocked out in the game.
Really?
Yeah, I got a ball, a shot to the face,
Oof.
like probably, I don't know, 10 feet away.
Jeez.
And it was a good strike, and just right to the dome. Just dropped me. It wasn't like one of those ones where it drops you and you bounce back up, and you're good. You're kind of wobbly. Like, it dropped me. Like I was immobilized for a bit. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I was not moving. I was down for a bit.
God, that's awful.
It was a bad concussion. But the other one was before I went to my first nationals when I was 15. I was playing a high school game. It was a week before we were supposed to get on the plane to go. And we were playing against, I think it was Clermont Cormier.
Mm.
And it was really kind of like a mean-nothing game. We'd already qualified for playoffs. And was going in and on this ball. I think I was on the attack. And I put it past this guy. He decided just to put his body right through me. And just fouled me hard. But the way his knee connected with my thigh, it just like went straight through me.
Jeez.
Just absolutely like, destroyed. Like right away, I just felt my thigh. Like it was like, it just went numb. The whole
Oh.
front of my thigh. And there was like some bad like muscle bruising. Like I couldn't walk on it for like 3 days. I was physio hard. I went to physio like 4 times that week.
Jeez.
And then first game nationals didn't play much, but then end up working out.
Yeah.
But that was freaky. It's like, man, like there's no way I can miss
Yeah.
in the whole nationals tournament something freaky like that. But it's the way it goes, right?
Yeah.
You know,
No,
we
that's
see it right now with the World Cup. So many players are gonna miss out
just because of injuries.
So sad, right? So,
Yeah. Well, I think those are good 4 or 5 good scary stories.
Yeah, they are.
Scary moments.
Yeah.
Hope you guys learned something. Well, our next one is a bit more detailed and ones you definitely can look up yourself, but we're going to try our best to explain it. It's our Spooky 11. So we've come up, each of us, with 11 players, a starting lineup, as you would, of the scariest players we've encountered in professional football.
Yeah, that we've witnessed or that we like have heard from the archives, right, or watched from old highlights.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
Most of my guys are currently playing.
Okay.
I've tried, except for one.
Okay.
Yeah, well, maybe 2.
I feel like I know who your 2 are probably going to be. But
all right, let's start with the goalie. You go first with your goalie, and then I'll go mine.
So my goalie is Bayern Munich shot stopper from the past, not current.
Okay, I was supposed to say Neuer.
Not Neuer. Oliver Kahn.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This guy was a tank.
He's a freaky man.
You can search up Oliver Kahn scariest moments. It'll probably be at least a 10-minute video. Like,
yeah.
This guy was freaky. Like,
yeah, he was a weird man.
The way he like, he's just first of all extremely intimidating. Just huge.
Yeah, super passionate.
Huge German guy, but just constantly screaming the whole game. Like he'd come out, be one-on-one with an attacker, and he'd be like clapping his hands. You know what I mean? Trying to get them to shoot. Like, yelling at them and stuff. Like this guy is nuts. How about you? Who's your goalie?
Ederson. He's just a freaky looking guy, man. Like he looks like he belongs in like a Brazilian prison.
Yeah.
Like you watch those like Netflix documentaries about like inside prisons in like South America or something like that. Like he looks like he belongs.
Dude, yeah.
With the neck tats and and all he's got a weird face too. It's just a creepy look.
Yeah, I think Ederson's probably seen some shit.
I don't know what he's got a smiley face.
Tough guy. I wouldn't want to mess with him.
No, God, he's a tough man. It's just like the smiley face tattoo, like right on his behind his ear. Just some creepy stuff, man.
Yeah,
who's your right back? Or did you go? I went with a 4-3-3.
I actually went for a 3-4-3.
Oh my God! So 3 center backs.
I had a hard time finding wing backs that I really liked. I've had more center backs, so I'll give my I'll just give my center backs.
All 3 of them,
and you can give yours, and then we'll
And then I'll move on to my wing backs.
Yeah. So my center backs, I had Sergio Ramos, I had Pepe, and Nemanja Vidic.
Vidic. Oh, that's a good call. I had Pepe and Ramos.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty easy, honestly.
Yeah.
Pepe's like an absolute. He's a menace. Like he's just so aggressive. Same thing with Khan. Like you look him up, he's just like probably one of the dirtiest players.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Ever.
And I mean, with Pepe and Ramos, I mean, it's really why that Real Madrid defense was as dominant as it was.
Oh, yeah.
Was that just both those guys are just freaks of nature.
Just animals.
I mean, two of the most highest red-carded players of all time. Like, extremely
Is Ramos the
violent.
most red-carded
I think Ramos is the most. But, I mean, 2014 World Cup, I think on the same day, Pepe and Ramos both got red cards. You know what I mean? It's just, like, just extremely aggressive center backs. Very passionate. But these guys will fly into any tackle.
Oh, they're
You know
not
what I
scared of
mean?
anything.
They're not scared of anything. Like, they're averaging a yellow a game, really. And then with Vidic, he doesn't play anymore, obviously.
No.
But he's a legend. Arguably one of Man U's best defenders ever, if not.
Yeah, people say he's like up there, top 10 Premier
best.
League center backs.
So I think he might already be in the Premier League Hall of Fame. But this guy, too, is just an absolute presence on the field.
Yeah, he is.
Just huge, super intimidating. Must be 6'3".
Yeah, just
very
built.
stocky guy. But just you wouldn't want to go into a tackle with him.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
You're not getting up. He's a beast.
So, yeah, I had Pepe and Ramos. And then I had my right back was Angelino.
Oh, okay.
He's a freaky looking dude, man. He
I
also
haven't heard
he
Angelino.
reminds me of
Wow.
Ederson, man. Like he looks like he should probably have skull tats.
Yeah. He's
He freaks me out, man.
a good little player.
You looking him up right now?
Yeah, I know who you mean.
He's
now.
good. He's just like he freaks the hell out of me.
Yeah.
He looks weird. And then my left back was Robertson. I couldn't really think of a left back, but I was like, a lot of people just don't like him.
Yeah.
He's kind of an aggressive player, kind of dirty in some ways.
He's tough.
Yeah, he's tough.
Yeah. He's gritty.
But I would say that's like probably the most like least scary, especially like looks wise at least.
Yeah. I mean, he's not the biggest guy either.
No,
But
no,
he's
no.
He's a freaking gritty Scottish guy.
Yeah. So give me one of your center mids.
So one of my center mids, we'll start off. I don't think you're gonna have this one. You'll know who he is though. Is Joey Barton.
I do have Joey Barton.
No way.
Yeah, I do. I have Joey Barton, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I wanted to put him or not, but I was like, geez, like
Yeah.
you kind of have to.
Oh man.
Guy is nuts.
I mean, like I was reading an article earlier about him, and the main point I pulled from it was like this guy like is probably borderline like psychotic.
Oh, he
Like,
has
if
to be.
If you watch Joey Barton play, I mean, early 2010s in the Prem, like this guy would rage. Like I've never seen a player rage like he did. Some of this shit he'd do on the field,
So weird, man.
reacting, he's just so aggressive and just so overly aggressive too. Decent player, but just a madhead.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Like I remember when he got arrested
Mm.
for something. I think he's
Yeah.
been arrested a couple times, like DUI and all that.
Yeah.
And he's gotten tons of red cards for stupid stuff, and still somehow he's a manager,
Yeah.
which is the weirdest thing. Like he was a player, not a bad player either, like pretty good quality when he was like wanted to play.
Yeah.
But my God, was he a hothead?
He was. I'd like to see some of his halftime speeches.
Yeah,
Especially
like
if he coaches Bristol.
he still coaches Bristol.
Yeah.
Were they League One?
League One. But
Yeah.
man, Bristol's losing at half. That guy's probably you don't want to be around him.
No.
No.
So we both have Joey Barton. Who else did you have?
So my second midfielder I'll give is Frank Ribery.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a weird looking guy to
Just
be fair.
a super scary guy. Like I remember I used to be freaked out of Ribery when I was younger.
He's got that mad
like
scar.
the huge scar, which mind you did come from
Car
a
accident.
car accident, right? It's like
And I
it's
think he
very-
lost both his parents
I
in
think
that car
so.
accident.
So very tragic. Makes me kind of feel bad now for mentioning him.
However,
fuck.
however, you're a freaky looking guy.
Man, oh yeah, cut this out. No, but he just intimidating
Yeah.
guy on the field.
Yeah, he is.
nonetheless too, like just super serious.
Yeah, not
But
a big guy
then-
either, but like scary,
No, but also just
terrifying.
terrifying. How about you? Who's your second?
I got Roy Keane.
Yeah,
Just because he's just because he's Roy Keane, man. Like he's what is he? Northern Ireland or
Northern Ireland?
Northern Ireland. Yeah. Anyways, he's just a menace. Like so passionate.
Yeah.
He's known for really saying it as it is. Doesn't really care what people think about him. Like I think he famously said when he retired that like those weren't my teammates. Like I mean, sorry, those weren't my friends. Those were my teammates. And he's like, we weren't friends. He was like, and he like famously had like a falling out with Alex Ferguson, one of like the greatest managers, if not the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Like saying that like Peter Schmeichel was like an ass, and like just his team. He's just like shit talking his teammates.
Oh man, yeah. He is Irish, by the way. That's important,
Irish.
Important distinction.
Republic of Ireland. Anyways, but he as a player just super like flew into anything, didn't care, super aggressive, kind of your average 90s player.
Yeah,
I
people
guess.
say he'd be like the hardest player though of like the 90s.
Yeah,
which is saying something because that was like
that was a hard
extremely
era.
rough, like hard Prem era.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
From what I've seen, right? So this guy was like the epitome of, the ground and pound Prem days.
Yeah.
I also had him
in my
midfield as well.
So that was your third?
That was my third. I was listening to a podcast on Bed Foster's podcast with Tim Howard.
Yep.
And I didn't realize Tim Howard played for United early in his career. That was the first transfer he made coming out of the MLS. And he was telling a story about Roy Keane and how Roy Keane invited him over for supper one night. And he was so terrified he didn't go. He was so freaked out from him.
That's
from
awesome.
Practice because he was always just rips into everybody. Just gives no shits. Well, the thing is with Roy Keane, like he could do that though because he was that good at the same time.
Oh, yeah,
right?
he's so good.
He was phenomenal midfielder, right? So he could like rightfully lay into people and get away with it. Right?
Yeah,
yeah. My fourth midfielder though is Gattuso, Italian player.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Milan.
Yeah.
This guy, just a little pit bull, man. Just
he was
freaky little midfielder. I mean, he caused a lot of trouble, a lot of red cards facing Milan. But just a very tough Italian player. Wouldn't want to mess with
That's
him.
a good pick.
Yeah,
I like that one. So my third was John Joe Shelby,
the
the Voldemort himself.
Yeah.
Just this, I don't know, man. This guy just looks. He's got something wrong with him. Like he just looks like he doesn't belong. He's bald. He's got I don't think he has hair on his body, man. Like he's a freaky looking guy.
He only scores bangers though.
Oh, he only scores bangers. But look him up. He's terrifying. John Joe is Jonjo.
Yeah, John Joe Shelby used to be quite the player too, mind you.
Played for Liverpool and all those.
And like early Newcastle days, he was quite good, but he just kind of
fell
off.
Honorable mention is Romeo on Southampton. He's a tough guy.
Romeo, yeah.
He looks like he'd break my leg.
Former Chelsea player.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Step up.
Yeah.
Who did you have up front? You went 3 up front, you said?
I had 3 up front.
Okay, who'd you go up front?
My first one, former Liverpool player.
Andy Carroll.
Vampire himself.
Oh. Wait, what?
Luis Suarez.
Oh. Yeah.
I had to put the vampire in. So Luis Suarez, if you don't know, I'm sure some of you guys have heard the player at the World Cup who bit people.
Yeah.
Bit people. And I think it was the 2014 World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Where he has the famous bite on Chiellini, and he's also done this in other occasions as well. I think he's
2 or 3
had
times.
3 biting incidents in his career with biting players on field. And aside from the biting, which is just super weird.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Like I wish like somebody would kind of pry into that more, but I don't know.
Nobody questioned it.
Nobody really questions it. He kind of just gets away with it. I mean, aside from the suspensions, but he is also a phenomenal attacker.
I'd say best out and out striker in the 2010s.
Yes. I mean, what was his highest scoring season in the Prem? 30?
Yeah, he got 30.
Yeah. So, I mean, this guy was just...
And he missed like 8 games.
And he missed the first 8 games of the season because of the biting incident. So he scored 30 goals in 30 games.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it tells you something.
And we didn't win the league.
No. Bottled it. But this guy was phenomenal.
Yeah.
How about
he
you?
He was unreal. I was stuck on my front 3. I was really stuck. I was trying to figure out like weird looking people,
Yeah.
or just like scary people. Couldn't figure out one. I had Andy Carroll.
Really?
Oh, dude. when I first saw him, I was terrified of him. Like just the way like how tall is he? Like 6'3", 6'4"?
He's a big boy.
He's got the big ponytail.
6'4", yeah.
And he's just like, he flops around. Like he just floats.
Mm.
Like he's almost like Peter Crouch in a way. Just kind of like how he bounces when he runs.
True.
And it's just terrifying to watch and how lanky he is. And
yeah,
so that's my guy up front.
One of the nicest bicycle kicks though, arguably in Premier League history.
When he was playing for West Ham.
Yeah,
that's a good one. Go look that one up, guys. Andy Carroll, West Ham bicycle kick.
Yeah, against Crystal Palace, insane. So my second attacker, I think you might have this one, is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. No,
I don't have him. That's a good pick. I didn't even think of that.
So I put Zlatan, this guy, also known as the Lion.
Yeah.
He is also 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", just a mountain of a man. We've talked about him on the show before.
Yeah.
But this guy is just an absolute force of nature, and also known to be quite the shit talker, and has his fair share of aggressive moments as well.
Pretty humble.
Humble, but this guy, like, he's coming towards you with the ball. He's running into the box one-on-one as a defender. Like, you don't want to be marking this guy. Like,
no, he's not afraid to throw elbows.
No, and he's huge. He can get up and do some crazy things with the ball. Definitely pretty scary. Yeah,
I was being sarcastic about the humble thing. Like, he is not humble at all. Calls himself the king.
Yeah.
Or wait, what was it? Came a king, left a god, or left a legend, or something like that.
Yeah,
He loves it. Anyways, my left winger was Gervinho. Just because he's got an absolute cliff of a forehead.
Yeah, he does.
It just freaks me out. Like, the headband kind of saves him because he wears a headband a lot, but like, God, his head.
It's like the eighth wonder of the world.
Dude, I know. It's huge. Like, I don't understand. Like, how is that? How did that happen?
I know.
He's got a massive forehead. But it's a shame. It's a shame. It's unlucky. I love him. He was a great player.
Yeah, he had a good little stint at Arsenal, eh? Like,
yeah, he did.
He was there for.
He played for Roma.
Yeah.
He's kind of decent there. But yeah, no, that's my left winger. And then who's your right winger or left? Whoever.
Yeah. So I just went with kind of three attackers more so. My last attacker is one of the most feared strikers in Premier League history. Not Eric Cantona.
Oh,
he actually just returned to the Premier League for Wolverhampton. Got red carded this weekend.
Jeez.
Diego Costa.
Yeah, that guy's
my third scariest attacker.
The Elephant Man.
And this guy he's
a freaky.
I mean, dude. He's like Zlatan, but if you guys just go search up Diego Costa, you'll see he's just Brazilian, born and raised. He plays for Spain now, but grew up in Brazil. And this guy is a tough man, and he just bullies defenses.
Yeah.
He's a little bit older now, doesn't have the same magic he used to, but this guy is just notorious for just being an absolute pest for defenders in the Prem, playing so aggressive, a lot of heart, but this guy not shy away from anything.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Phenomenal striker.
Yeah, mine's just another weird looking one, because honestly I couldn't think of scary guys. Mine's Gareth Bale.
Oh really?
Oh, dude, his ears. You seen his ears? They stick out like sore thumbs, man. Like
ears.
He's got elf ears. And then the ponytail and the beard, and just doesn't go together.
He's a good-looking guy, though.
Is he?
Dude, at the same time, I don't know. That's a little harsh.
Is that your type?
I think he actually got ear surgery, though.
What? Wait, show the Southampton picture. We'll put it up. We'll put it up sometime. But the Gareth Bale Southampton picture, that's something else.
Man, yeah, I think he did get surgery because there's no way
the ears just come in when you get older.
But phenomenal. Gareth Bale. I think my team might take yours though.
Oh,
100. I don't know.
You mean like skill wise or just scary wise?
Just this scary XI Finn versus scary XI Alec. I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't have a great team.
It's a good competition.
I got Joey Barton and John Joe Shelby in the middle. I don't know how that's gonna go.
Yeah, that's funny.
Jeez. But yeah, no, those are our scariest 11s / weird looking 11s.
Yeah.
That's the end of the Halloween segments.
Yes.
Now we move on to the last part of the episode, which is the story of the week and the down bad moment of the week, the reoccurring segment always.
Yeah.
on these podcasts. Why don't you start with your story of the week?
Yeah, so my story of the week, I kind of have two, but one more, so I'll focus on.
Okay.
But is Miguel Almiron from Newcastle, who's been phenomenal.
Yeah, lighten
this
it up.
year. His first year in the Prem, which came 3 seasons ago, played maybe 15 games, had a goal and a couple assists.
Yeah, he's abysmal.
He struggled. There was actually a phrase that came up in the Newcastle community, which was having an Almiron for just like playing terrible and not doing anything.
That's hilarious.
But this weekend, finally, there's been rumblings about redefining what having an Almiron means, because he scored 6 goals in his last 6 games.
Yeah, he's been on it.
And I don't know if you saw the goal he scored on the weekend
Against Tottenham?
against Villa.
Oh, Villa.
Yeah, they beat Villa 4-0 this weekend. Newcastle is just flying. But he scored the 4th goal against Villa, cuts inside on the top of the 18, just unleashes the shot in his left foot.
His goal against Tottenham was pretty sweet, too.
And he scored a beautiful goal against Tottenham.
You see that one?
Yeah, so he's been playing top of his game right now. Big shout out to Miguel Almiron, a player who came from the MLS, Atlanta United, and is showing MLS has some talent too, even in the big leagues, right?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Really happy for him. My other honorable mention, though, is Reece Nelson this weekend for Arsenal. First appearance all season in the Prem. Guy comes on for Saka, subs him off. Saka gets injured around a half hour in. Reece Nelson scores 2 goals, plays phenomenally. So shout out to Reece Nelson.
Yeah, only played 60 minutes and still has more goal contributions than Jadon Sancho, who cost United £100 million.
Sancho.
Yeah, that's something else.
Yeah.
Love it. I love those. Those are two great mentions. Mine's a local one.
Oh.
Yeah, the CPL, Canadian Premier League, wrapped up this week. The Forge, who are from Winnipeg. Oh, no, that's wrong.
Forge,
I don't even know where they're from.
I'm pretty sure it's Hamilton.
From Hamilton. Hamilton Forge. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They played Atletico Ottawa in the finals of the Canadian Premier League, and they won. And this is the 3rd year of the Canadian Premier League.
Yeah.
And the Forge have won every year.
So it's technically 4, but counting that weird COVID season they
I don't
did,
count
they
that.
played in PEI. But yeah, they've won.
They've won every
3 of
single
4,
one.
So basically, right? So it's like it's a dynasty there.
It's a dynasty, man. Like they're running that league, man.
Yeah.
We were gonna also talk about this, is how going into the Canadian Premier League playoffs, only the top 4 teams make it.
Yeah.
And the separation between the top 4 teams at the end of the last game of the season, the regular season, from 4th to 1st was like 2 points.
Yeah.
And they all had like the same amount of goals and same amount of goals against. It was crazy.
Remember you sent me that? Yeah, where it was extremely close.
Yeah, it was like final day. Any team could have gone first, and super weird. But
it's cool. It's a competitive league. Like there's not like Forge just cleaned house all season.
No,
right?
no.
Like
I think Ottawa finished first, actually.
Yeah. So Let's Go finish with 49 points on the season, and then Forge finished with 47, Cavalry with 47, and Pacific with 46. Like that's crazy. They played 28 games, right? So it's like that's really tight.
That's super tight.
It's a quality league, and even like Valor, 37 points. Like I mean, it's not like it's a huge separation per se, right?
No,
coming in 5th. So one more honorable mention though is talking to Dad earlier. Spanish women's team won the U17 World Cup, which is big.
I didn't know
for
that.
Spanish soccer. They are killing it right now, so that's good, especially with all the weird stuff that's happening right now with the women's
the
team,
national
with
manager,
their coach and whatnot. Right, that's good for them to have that moment.
It's a big win.
Yeah,
and Spanish women's soccer it's built different.
It's came a long way too.
Yeah, because they've got 2 Ballon d'Or winners now, or 1 Ballon d'Or winner winning it twice.
Yeah,
in Alexis
Putela,
and Barcelona's a great team, and they got some great players, and now they win the World Cup, the U17 World Cup. It's pretty impressive.
It is impressive. Yeah,
so now on to the last segment of the episode. We've only done around 30 minutes, keeping it short this week.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that, though. What's your down bad moment of the week?
So my down bad moment of the week, unfortunately, comes from my beloved squad, Chelsea.
That's tough.
Chelsea this week, but my down bad moment is poor old Graham Potter, Chelsea's coach. Brighton's former coach. And Chelsea played Brighton this past weekend. They traveled to Brighton Stadium, Amex, and they proceeded to lose 4-1. They were conceded 2 goals in the first 20 minutes. They also conceded not 1, but 2 own goals.
That's sweet.
2 own goals. And just abysmal, too. Right? So Graham Potter, comes back home where he was so famous, had brought this team to new heights they had never reached before.
Yeah, and then he's moved to Chelsea, thinking he's made an upgrade.
Right. And Brighton, since Potter left and went to Chelsea, has lost their 3 or 4 games that they've played before this. So Chelsea, statistically, should probably be coming in here and faring just fine.
Dominating.
The top comment I saw on the highlight video, Chelsea Brighton, was because Potter's still producing results for Brighton.
Good one, yeah.
So good old Potter. I mean, I love the guy. I still think he'll do great, but that's down bad.
That's tragic.
Going back to your old team and losing 4-1, that's tough to go to sleep after that.
Yeah, can't even. That's a good down bad moment. Mine's also from my beloved squad, Liverpool. They had a bad week, man. Yours is bad, but wow.
Yeah.
You're talking about one of the best teams in the past 5 years, losing to 20th place Nottingham Forest, not even scoring a goal, by the way, and having a former Liverpool player score against you.
Yeah.
And then go to play Leeds at home, where we haven't lost with fans in the stadium since 2017. Yeah, in the Premier League. And you lose to Leeds.
2 teams in the bottom 3.
Yeah. In 1 week.
Tragic.
Only scoring 1 goal against the bottom 2 teams.
Oh, man.
Dude, and Leeds, a struggling team. Horrible.
Yeah.
Forest. Horrible. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal walked over them.
Yeah, that is not a good look for us.
No, and Lonham didn't even have any looks at all. They looked terrible. And I was like, God, what does this mean for Liverpool?
Dude, I don't even know. I don't even, I'm scared. Every time we go into a game, I'm so confident because I'm oh, this is the squad that beat City twice this season. This is the squad that has won the Champions League, has won the Premier League, but we can't even fucking beat Nottingham Forest.
No.
And Leeds and Brighton, and I mean Brighton have got some big results, but we can't beat any of these small teams.
No, I know.
We're back to where we were in 2016. We were awful.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, Mane must be feeling pretty
good about himself.
Right now, you know what I mean? It goes to show, I think, what he brought to that team. But also, I think I don't know. I almost kind of wondered if Liverpool's a bit tired now. You know what I mean? You guys were competing so hard with City for the last 5 years. I mean, you won one Prem title, which is big.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it was constant just battles and battles. I almost kind of wonder now it's people just
burnt out.
A little bit burnt out. You know what I mean? A little bit older now. Is it just not really there focus-wise?
There's a lot of injuries, to be fair.
Yeah.
We've had, in our 24-man squad, we had 19 of them be injured at some point in this season for over a week.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's no excuse that people want to hear, but I mean, what else are you supposed to do? Any team that suffers 19 injuries from their first team is going to probably struggle the same way we are. But then again, we have a starting 11 that should be in the top 4 that's not in the top 4.
No.
We're 9th right now,
yeah.
Which is bad. Yeah, I'm not going to say it's good.
I mean, end of the day, we still got 26 games left in the season.
No, everything can change. We
Right.
would have to go. We would probably have to win at least 17.
Yeah.
I would say, to even be top 5.
Well, that's the thing now. The discussion's starting. Is Liverpool going to be a top 4 or top 5?
We got to win the Champions League if we want to come back. We got to do something big.
I mean, because Newcastle,
they
played one more game than you guys, but they have 8 points on you right now. Right? It's bloody Newcastle. All right? I mean, and so even newly promoted Fulham. So just when we played City, we were 7 points back after we beat them. We had a game in hand on them. So if we beat Forest, we would have been within 4,
putting pressure on second place team right now. Like with 4 points, we would have been back in it, and then hopefully would have beat Leeds. Like that would have been 3 wins right off the bounce, and just I feel like that would have been the turning point. But like you can't even get a point.
I know.
Like
Yeah,
also Van Dijk loses his record of he was unbeaten at Anfield, which is Liverpool's home stadium, since he's joined in 2017, and lost his first game at Anfield in the Premier League.
I mean, the way he's been playing, though.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Not a surprise.
No.
He's struggling.
Joe Gomez is worse, though, man.
I mean, his cross on that goal.
Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That
was nice.
The no look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was nice.
Yeah.
But no, I know what you mean.
That's tough. Anyways, guys, this has been episode number 4 of Rank 122. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah.
Maybe some big news coming soon. In a couple weeks. Who knows? We'll have guests on soon. Some videos coming out. Smaller videos for TikTok. So, yeah. Hit that subscribe button. Maybe even comment and share it, with your friends. Like it. All that stuff. So, we'll see you guys in a couple weeks. You got anything else to say?
No. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah. Peace out, guys.
Great. See ya.